Raider Nation, what's going on? We got some breaking news. The Las Vegas Raiders have signed linebacker Christian Elliss, at least for now. I'm Mitchell Renz. I'm going to try to break down everything there is to know around the Raiders signing Elliss because this is not like your typical signing that you usually see, and I'll try to do my best here to break down everything that you need to know around this move, how the Patriots can still try to take him back because the Raiders technically stole him from New England, and I'll tell you whether or not I think he's going to start, but I will tell you this right now. I do like this move. There is some serious upside. So Tom Pelissero was the first on the news, and he said, the Raiders have signed Patriots restricted free agent linebacker Christian Elliss to an offer sheet. Per The Wire, New England has until Monday to match. So this is actually a player that I discussed on our live show on Tuesday that I said that the Raiders met with him on March 17th, and because the Patriots gave him the right of first refusal tender, which is $3.25 million, the Raiders are going to pay Elliss $3.25. I rounded it up for you, $3.3 million. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The Patriots have 72 hours or until Monday to match that offer sheet that the Raiders put in on Elliss. If New England does not match that offer sheet, Elliss is a Las Vegas Raider. If New England does end up matching it, then Elliss goes back to New England unless we get into a little bit more of a bidding war. Here's the other important part of that. If the Patriots do not match it, that also means that the Raiders do not have to give up a draft pick, which is a very, very important thing. So my question to the nation is this. Do you think that the Patriots are going to match the Raiders' offer? Give me a yes. Give me a no. I'm going to give you my answer after this YouTube ad break. My answer is going to be no, which actually changes from my answer that I gave originally on Tuesday, which is why I wanted to ask this question. Originally on Tuesday, I said, I don't really think that the Patriots are going to let him go because typically when you see teams do this, they're putting that offer sheet out there, not thinking that anybody's going to be able to match it because they know deep down if they were to hit the open market that they would end up getting a lot more money. Here's why, though, that answer has changed. Earlier on today, the Patriots ended up signing Jack Gibbons, who had a one-year deal, had 167 tackles over 3 seasons in Tennessee, which ended up reuniting him with Mike Vrabel. So that was the connection there. Because the player that Elliss is and Jack Gibbons are very, very similar, I don't see them bringing back Elliss because of that. So I am under the impression that the Raiders are going to have Elliss in the 2025 season. Obviously, if anything changes, I'll keep you guys up to date. It's why you hit that subscribe button. It's why you got to have those notifications turned on, because if this is the first time you're hearing about Elliss, I know for a fact that you aren't subscribed to the show. He is a good inside linebacker, and one of the things that I loved about him, and yesterday I had some free time to be able to watch a little bit more tape on Elliss, because as soon as I saw the Raiders were looking at him and everything that I heard about him, I go, all right, this is a player that I got to do a little bit more research on, because I talked to our Patriots people here at Chat Sports, and they were really upset that he came in for a visit and there was a chance to lose him. So when you know, like, fans of a team are really, really distraught over losing a player, you got to sit back and go, why is that the case? Now, he did start only 5 games last season. He is a solid guy in terms of coverage. You can look at his PFF grades here. He had a 72.6 overall grade, a good pass rush grade, a good run defense grade, and he was able to drop back into coverage. What I really like about Elliss is he does give you special teams ability, but I'm going to be very blunt here, and I'm going to be honest. Like, just like I was, I think, wrong on when the Raiders traded for Geno Smith, I said it was a good move. He's a fringe top 20 QB. I now think Geno, honestly, is a top 14 quarterback. Yesterday, Tuesday, when I was talking about Elliss, I said, maybe a depth player here at a linebacker position. When you go back and you watch him this past season, and he really only didn't start, I think it was until like week 7 for New England. He had to fill in for some injuries that ended up happening there. But 80 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a tackle for loss of forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. One of the things that I did say on Tuesday's show was when you look at the skill set of Elliss, you compare that, I think, really well with somebody like a Landon Roberts, because Roberts is a thumper in the middle. And we needed somebody that could go out and cover. Here is my maybe bold, not so bold take. Elliss, if the season were to start today, would be a Raiders starting linebacker over Amari Burney, over Amari Gaynor, over Smith, over Tommy Eichenberg, over Kenai Malga. If you ask me right now who the top 2 linebackers are on this Las Vegas Raiders team, I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to tell you it is a Landon Roberts and it is Christian Elliss. Elliss played 514 snaps last season, and not only did he have good tackling numbers, was able to get after the quarterback, 6 QB hits, 2 tackles for loss, which you like to see, but also he was able to add 10 pressures, 17 stops. When people were targeting him, quarterbacks were targeting him, you're allowing only a 93.8 quarterback rating against. I am somebody that believes in this coaching staff. I am somebody that believes in Pete Carroll. I'm somebody that believes in John Spytek. And I believe in their ability to be able to get the most out of players because it is what they have been able to do. Rob Leonard, you look at Patrick Graham. So coming up here in just a moment, I'm going to tell y'all why Raider Nation should really like this move a lot more, because I'll be honest, I didn't do a good enough job on Tuesday explaining why this is a low-key, really good move for the silver and black. Before I get into that, though, if you're looking for a Raiders jersey, go to chatsports.com/Raiders jerseys. Maybe you're looking for a Geno Smith. You got to pre-order him right now. He's going to end up being number 7. They just don't have a number on here yet. They'll probably finally get one when that press conference happens, which I'm hoping happens at least sometime this week. If you're looking for a Max Crosby jersey, if you're looking for any type of Raiders jersey, it is chatsports.com/Raiders jerseys. Whether you want an OG, whether you want a new player like a Brock Bowers, we got all sorts of different jerseys available, men's, women's, kids, all different kinds at that link that you see below. It's going to be in the description and the comments on this show. So what I was saying earlier about Raider Nation and why you should like this move is because I say this term a lot, and I don't even know if it's a term, it's more of a sentence. I love when a player shows me growth. Pause. I love when a player shows me the ability to get better and better and better and better. And Elliss has been one of those players that throughout his young NFL career, he's been able to get better and better and better and better. And that's what he's shown. When you have that type of player that also on top is going to be paired with Patrick Graham, going to be paired with a Rob Leonard, going to be paired with a Pete Carroll, John Spytek, and all those names that I just mentioned, all that those guys have done their entire career, whether it's with the Seahawks, whether it's with the Buccaneers, whether it's with the Las Vegas Raiders, they have always been able to find good talent and develop that talent. And that is a very, very critical thing. I was actually talking to one of our Patriots people here at Chat Sports, and funny enough, one of the players that for the longest time I've been begging the Raiders to go out and get is Kyle Van Noy. And that Kyle Van Noy is going to give you some of that versatility. That's kind of what Christian Elliss, I think, could potentially turn into. Not going to be the edge rusher that Van Noy is, but it also gives you more coverage ability and gives you more linebacker ability, because Elliss is going to be able to get north and south, get after the quarterback. He's going to be able to drop back into coverage. He's also going to be able to help out in a multitude of ways. And for the Raiders, who ended up losing out on Robert Spillane, and I know that replacing Spillane is not going to be an easy thing to be able to do, but I think that the way that the Raiders are trying to do it, it does make a lot of sense to me. You go out and you get a Landon Roberts, thumper, just like Robert Spillane. You go out and get a Jeremy Chin who can cover and play near the box, who had 117 tackles last season, and a Dan Quinn style of defense. That's going to be somebody that I know this regime trusts to be a green dot, replace Robert Spillane. But then you also need to be able to find a linebacker that can cover. And I know Spillane was not really somebody that we looked at as being a big coverage linebacker, but I'll also sit up here and go, this is a Divine Diablo replacement. A good sideline-to-sideline linebacker, a player that has shown growth, and the biggest difference from Elliss compared to somebody like Diablo, and again, Diablo got a 2-year, $14 million deal. Elliss is going to be coming in here for 3.3. The biggest difference is, yeah, Diablo looks like an alien, but he hasn't shown the growth to get better and better. Elliss comes from a football family, and he has shown you the ability that he can learn. And if you don't got guys that love football and guys that can't learn, they're not going to be added to this team. So ultimately, this is why this move ended up going down. If the Raiders end up making any other free agency moves, you already know we will do our best here to keep you up to date. Christian Elliss, welcome to the silver and black for now. Again, 72 hours the Patriots have to respond. If they do not respond by Monday, Elliss is officially a Las Vegas Raider.